morning, grade 4s. Today we are going to be talking about the predicate nominative, which is very similar to the predicate adjective that we talked about yesterday. So let's just review what a predicate adjective is, and then we'll get into our predicate nominative. So in order for a word to be a predicate adjective, it needs to follow 3 rules. First of all, it needs to be an adjective. Second, it needs to be in the predicate or after the verb. And third, it needs to use one of the linking verbs like am, is, are, was, were, being, been, and be. And those words are used after predicate adjectives. They also might have something to do with the predicate nominatives as well. So let me give you an example of a predicate adjective. My dog is friendly. The word friendly here is a predicate adjective because first of all, it's an adjective. Second of all, it's after the verb, it's in the predicate. And thirdly, it is connecting the word friendly to the subject dog using the linking word is. So because is connects friendly back to the subject, now we consider it a predicate adjective. Now, a predicate nominative is very similar to that, except instead of it being an adjective, it is a noun that is found in the predicate and uses a linking verb to link the noun back to the original subject. So in this case, a sentence like this, my dog is my friend. So in this case, friend is going to be my predicate nominative. First of all, friend is a noun, it's a person, place, or thing. Second of all, it's in the predicate, it's after the verb. And thirdly, it uses the linking verb to connect the word friend back up with dog. And what friend is doing is it's actually renaming the subject. So the dog is now not just called a dog, it's called my friend. It's the same thing, it's talking about the same thing, it's just giving it a new name of my friend. So the only difference is whether or not it is a noun, then it's the nominative, or an adjective, then it's the adjective one. So that's the difference there, grade 4s. We're going to do some questions from your book just to sort of help you get used to these sort of topics. And we're going to start with Think A. So in Think A, we're told to do 2 things. First of all, we're going to mark the sentence, subject, verb, separate out the subject and predicate. And then second, we are going to decide if the underlined word is a predicate nominative, a noun, or a predicate adjective, an adjective. So here's my first sentence. Adelaide and Charlotte are my good friends. So in this case, my subject is Adelaide and Charlotte. The verb is are, so that's where I separate my subjects and my verb. And then I'm looking at the word friends. So friends is in the predicate. It is renaming or redescribing Charlotte and Adelaide. Now I just need to decide, is it a noun or is it an adjective? Well, friends, that's a thing or a person. So friends is a noun or a predicate nominative. What about number 2? Our new baby's eyes are blue. So what's the subject first of all? Oh, the eyes. And the verb is are, separated out. And the underlined word here is blue. Blue is in the predicate. It is linking back to the subject, eyes, with the linking verb are. And now I just need to figure out if it's a noun or adjective. Blue, in this case, is describing the baby's eyes. It's not renaming it. It's not saying our new baby's blue. So because it's describing it, it's a predicate adjective. P-A, just like that. Let's look at Think B. Similar idea, we need to figure out where the predicate nominative is, and we have to mark our sentences. So, here we go. Number 1, Spain is a constitutional monarchy. I'm going to start by underlining the subject and double underlining the verb, separating them out. And then I need to find the word that is the predicate nominative. So I need to find a noun that describes or renames Spain. Spain is a constitutional monarchy. The word monarchy here is renaming Spain, the monarchy. Now, constitutional is an adjective, but it's describing monarchy, so we don't need to box it or do anything with it. It's just describing the predicate nominative. So there we go, grade 4s. Box your predicate nominative, draw an arrow back to the subject, and you need to mark your sentence for those ones. Now in Think C, we are trying to tell the difference between our action verbs and our linking verbs. Remember, our linking verbs are any one of these words here, and they link the predicate nominative or the predicate adjective all the way back to the subject. So let's see if we can figure out if they're action or linking verbs. We're going to start by marking the sentence. I'm going to do number 3 here. Some Spanish olive trees have lived hundreds of years. So the subject is trees, and the verb, have is a verb. Oh, but lived is also a verb. So there's 2 verbs there. And so I mark my sentence just like that. I have my subject and I have my verbs. Now, do I have a predicate adjective or a predicate nominative here? I have hundreds of years. Years is a noun, so it could be a predicate nominative. Let's just make sure that it meets the criteria. So first of all, it's a noun. Yep, good. It's in the predicate. Yep, good. Doesn't use a linking verb though. Are these verbs here linking verbs? Does it link years back to trees? Can I rename trees by replacing it with years? Some Spanish olive years? No, it's not actually linking it up. Instead, have lived are actions. They're things I'm doing. So over here on the blank, I'm going to put AV for action verb. It's not a being verb. And because it's not a being or linking verb, therefore, I don't have any predicate adjective or predicate nominative to circle because nothing's being linked back to the beginning of the sentence. So no circles or boxes in this sentence. What about number 4? Let's try this one out. Spain is home to more than 300 million olive trees. So first of all, Spain is my subject. Is my verb. So there's my subject and my predicate. And, home is a noun as well. So home could possibly be a predicate nominative. Let's just make sure it meets the criteria. First of all, home is a noun. Good. Yep, we're good. Second, it's in the predicate. Yep, good. Third, is home linking back to Spain? Could I rename Spain as home? Home. Yeah, I could actually, because home is describing Spain, but it is a noun. So therefore, it is my predicate nominative. Now, if home was actually nice or like an adjective, then I'd circle it instead. But because it's a noun, I'm going to box it. And then I draw an arrow all the way back to Spain, the subject, because it's linking that up. And therefore, if this is being linked back up to the subject, the is here is a linking verb because it's helping connect these 2 things together. And there we go. That's my 2 sentences there. So, yep, it's a little bit of some tricky stuff today, grade 4s, but give it your best go. See if you can fill in the rest of the questions. And, yeah, just try your best.